Hello and welcome to episode 5 of my crochet podcast. Welcome back if you're a returning subscriber, and hello if you're a new subscriber or new to my channel. Here I share anything crochet and yarn related and just anything crafty really. So if that sounds like something you enjoy yourself, don't forget to like and subscribe. That really does help out my channel. And I have gone over 500 subscribers. That might not sound like much to you, but it's quite a big deal. I mean, as 500 people that has chosen to hit that subscribe button. But yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate that. So this is one of my podcast episodes, and here I usually follow a typical format of sharing what I've been up to, any finished items, and any works in progress, also known as WIPs. That's, projects that I'm working on that's not quite finished. Any new patterns that I've created, because last month I did design a crochet shawl. I do have a YouTube tutorial up on that. I haven't had much time to focus on that, to be honest, because I'm learning how to knit at the moment, so I'm kind of honing in on that craft. And then I share any new purchases and plans with those purchases. So that's obviously like yarn purchases and things like that. And then last in my podcast episode, I cover any upcoming craft events basically, or yarn related events, any events related to this channel basically. So let's get into it. So what have I been up to? Well, this weekend just gone, I did go to afternoon tea, which was hosted by Shannon from Blue Fern Yarns. And yeah, I had such a lovely time. I did actually do a vlog on the afternoon tea event, which I will link down below because I think I posted it that day. It was only a short one of like 13 minutes or so. But yeah, I think that sort of captured the day quite nicely. And yeah, if that is something that you're interested in, the next event is on the 10th of May at the Norfolk Mead Hotel. So you can purchase tickets from Shannon's website, bluefernyarns.co.uk, and that's where you purchase the tickets. You also get an option to purchase a goodie bag, and yeah, it's very worthwhile if you're a knitter or crocheter or just like collecting yarn. So yeah, the afternoon tea event was lovely. I went along with my stepmum and my friend Ellie, and we also met up with some of the girls from a knit night that I occasionally attend. But yeah, that was really nice. I love going to gatherings like that because you're surrounded by like-minded people. You get to share what you're working on and yeah, just get inspiration really, because one of the girls who sat next to me was wearing a crochet top and I just admired it. Yeah, I was just like, what pattern is that? I must make it myself. Yeah, and she shared the pattern with me and I printed it off. So I will be making that. I'll see if I can put a picture in the corner of what it looks like. But yeah, this pattern, she did say was like an East Anglian Yarn Festival make-along on one of the years. Must have been a year that I didn't attend, maybe like the first 2 years, one of those. But anyway, I saw this and I've just really liked the detailing along the yoke. So this pattern takes 4-ply yarn, and one of the things that the lady who sat next to me said is that she wished she didn't make it in a variegated yarn because you kind of lost the lace sort of detail, or the detail on the yoke. So yeah, I would probably make this in, I don't know, I mean I could make it in absolutely any colour, but I would like maybe a really nice navy blue jumper. Well, a little bit similar to this, or just something, like a blue sort of colour, or maybe just a really nice subtle variegated hand-dyed yarn, something that's not going to take away from the detail along the yoke. Yeah, we'll see, but it's on my list. I don't know when I'll get to it because I want to finish projects before I start new ones. So anyway, yeah, it's lovely to go to those events for inspiration, as I said, and also just to catch up with friends. Now, it's sometimes a little bit hard in those situations to catch up because it's very loud in the room, and you don't necessarily get to sort of sit next to everyone. You know, it's a long table, so, you know, people a couple of seats away you might not be able to talk to. And also at the event was a pop-up shop from Ducky Darling's Yarns. The lovely Hayley, she come all the way up from Derbyshire, and yeah, she was showcasing her yarns and what she had to offer, and I did make a few purchases. Yeah, I will show you later on in the video under, you know, my purchases and plans. As I said, lovely event, and I did say in my afternoon tea vlog that I would be going to the next one, but like on second thoughts, I'm actually away the following weekend at the Lay Family Yarn Retreat. So yeah, it's not really fair on my husband if I'm not there like 2 weekends in a row. As much as I'd love to have gone, I don't think I can. But Shannon does run these quarterly, so I believe the next one after the May afternoon tea will be in August, and the one after that will be in the November. So, you know, I've got a couple more that I can go to later on in the year. And then another thing that I've been up to is my weekly craft group. As I've said before, I've set up a craft group with my friend Ellie, and we are doing it every Tuesday now. Before it was going to be every other Tuesday. But yeah, I think it's just something that I want to do every week, to be honest, because it's great. It's a chance to catch up with friends and make new friends. So yeah, why not? And the pub we go to is very welcoming, which is a bonus. And as per usual, apart from work, I've just been crafting. So since last month, which was January, I have been doing a weekly crafting vlog. So my weekly crafting vlog shows snippets and clips of just a week in my life of crafting, basically, and any projects that I'm working on, most of which will be shown in my podcast episodes as either finished items or works in progress. But the weekly crafting vlog just shows, you know, them behind the scenes of them actually being created, which I thought was a really nice addition to my channel. Might not be something all of you will like. So yeah, I thought I'd share that sort of thing on here since this is a crochet channel after all. Next comes to my finished items, and that I do have. Just wait. This is my Magnus cardigan. So yeah, I am really pleased with this. It was only yesterday that I had attached the pockets. I actually made the pockets in last week's craft group, and they were sitting in my bag for a week. Anyway, I attached them yesterday, and I'm glad I did because it's now finished. I tried it on yesterday, and I was going to, or I had been saying to people, I don't know if I'd shared it on this channel or not, but I was going to pull out the collar and the bit that goes down the edge because I didn't quite like how it was around the neck. It felt like it was pulling in a bit around the neckline. But when I tried it on yesterday, it wasn't too much of a bother to me. So basically my thought process was rip it out and then go along and then do some sort of ribbing like I did around the cuffs, and then also the bottom of the cardigan like this, but just around the collar, because the pattern, it says single crochet all the way around the collar and down the sides, and then you come in afterwards and do a couple more rows of like slip stitches in the back loop only. Now the pattern does say to do these very loose. I clearly didn't do that because the bottom of the cardigan sort of curls up a little bit. Anyway, that's not too much of a bother to me. So it's finished now and I am done with the cardigan. So yeah, I will try it on and show you. Okay, so there we go. I don't know how well you can see this. I haven't got a lot of space here. But yeah, the sleeves I absolutely love. The cuff fits perfectly and I love the effect of the balloon sleeve. It's seamed here, which I don't think is too bad. And then here are the pockets. To be honest with you, if I was to do this again, I would perhaps put these pockets a little bit lower because, but as you can see, my elbow is a bit bent when I'm putting my hand in the pocket. So I like to have the more relaxed basically. Anyway, so yeah, attach the other pocket, and I did attach a tag which is personalised, says handmade by SR Designs. I thought that gave it a really nice personal touch. And if I just step back a little bit, you can see here, I don't know if you can see that, but it just curls out a little bit here at the bottom. But again, I think that's because the slip stitches were perhaps a little bit too, you know, I don't know the word, a bit too tight maybe. But anyway, this is the Magnus cardigan. I really like it. The pattern is by Megan Makes Do, and yeah, I made this to wear for the East Anglian Yarn Festival because, as I've said before, this is a make-along pattern. They have got a knitting pattern. So the knitting pattern is by Rebecca Clow. I can't remember the name of the cardigan. Is it the Daft Days cardigan? I think so. I'll put a picture of it here. Now, because I'm a crocheter, I chose the crochet pattern. I've only just learned how to knit, or I'm only just learning how to knit properly and follow a pattern. So I thought I will get this done in time, which I have. Yeah, the East Anglian Yarn Festival is about just over 4 weeks away, I believe. Yeah, just over 4 weeks' time is the East Anglian Yarn Festival. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope to do a vlog on the event. I'm just still waiting to hear back from Laura for a permission to film. I believe you need like a podcaster lanyard to actually film at the event. Yeah, I haven't heard back yet, so we'll see. As I said, I absolutely love this cardigan, and I'm really pleased with the colours that I've chose. So the black, yeah, it's an absolute staple in my wardrobe, to be honest, but not too much black. I've got mostly, you know, the pop of pink in there as well. So for the pink, I used Stylecraft Special Aran with wool. So they were the big 400-gram balls, which are great for garments, to be honest, because you haven't got to worry about too many dye lots and that sort of thing. It's all on one ball. Not that this sort of cardigan would matter if I used a few different dye lots. But yeah, that is for the pink. And then the black yarn was from Aldi, from the craft event last year. So yeah, this is just a black Aran weight yarn. So yeah, the pattern is in Aran weight. I'm sure you can do this in DK weight. I believe my friend Ellie is going to do a DK weight version. So yeah, I'll have to find out how that goes with her, because I do have more DK yarn in my stash than Aran weight yarn. And yeah, if I wanted to make it again in a different colour, it would be nice to find out exactly how much DK yarn to use. But yeah, really happy, and it's a finished item. I forgot to say that the Magnus cardigan took 487 grams of the pink and 233 grams in the black. So all Aran weight yarn. Yeah, that was how much yarn was used in the cardigan. Next in my podcast is my works in progress, also known as whips. So I do have a bit of a long-standing whip, and that is my Battenberg blanket. Now, I was chatting to some of the girls from one of the knit nights that I go to, and they said that blankets weren't classed as whips. So I'm classing this as a whip because it is a work in progress, you know, big or small. So I have in fact done a few more rows on this. So I will show you which way round. I can't remember which way round, but this is how far I've got so far. And I have done an extra 3 rows. So that's a lot more to get connected. So yeah, an extra 3 rows is an extra 3 rows, isn't it? I did say in my previous podcast episode that, or was it? Or maybe one of my weekly crafting vlogs, if I chip away at 1 or 2 rows a day, it will get there eventually. Now, obviously, when I'm working, you know, I'm not going to have time to sit down and do that because I work 2 nights in the week and I'm sleeping during the day, so, you know, no crafting time there. This blanket is the Battenberg blanket, and that is by Sandra Paul of the Cherry Heart podcast. Yeah, I just absolutely love these colours that I've chosen, and I can't wait to get this finished so it can just live on the sofa and get used as an actual blanket. So that is living in one of these organza bags. Giant organza bags that comes from the wool warehouse when you purchase yarn from them. So yeah, they come in really handy actually. And yeah, I've got all my squares at the bottom. Then piles are getting smaller, to be honest. Yeah, I can't remember how many rows this blanket takes, but I think I'm up to row 12, I want to say. So I've done 12 rows. I've got a handful left in here. Yeah, hopefully next podcast I will have a little bit more progress to show you. Next work in progress is the Sophie shawl by Petite Knits. So it's living in this project bag. This project bag is from my stepmum, and she made this and gifted it to me. So thank you, Karen. That was really lovely, and I'm making good use of this. So my Sophie shawl is living in this bag for the moment. Here we go, that is the progress. So it's getting there. I haven't done a lot on this recently actually, not over the weekend, not for the last sort of 5 days I think, because I had work before then. So yeah, the Sophie shawl is working up lovely. And as I said before, I absolutely love the I-cord edging. Yeah, it's ever so simple to do as well, and that's what I love about that. I wanted to pick a very simple knitting pattern that I could work on that would also teach me different techniques. So by picking up this pattern, I have learnt to increase, which is a knit front and back, which is a new term that I'd learnt like from picking up this pattern. I was using 5mm pony needles. However, I don't know if you noticed that these are different, because my friend Ellie, she owns Craft House Magic and she does stock and sell knitting needles. So go along to her website and have a look, because these are really good needles. These are called Higher Sharps, and this particular set is an interchangeable set, because you can unscrew this cable and then, you know, attach a new one. But anyway, these compared to the ones I was using are really, really good. They're lovely and sharp, not too sharp to cause an injury, but yeah, they just make working on this project so much nicer. So yeah, I really do recommend these needles, and I will probably be purchasing some from Ellie actually, because I want to work on other projects that are knitting related in the future. And I'll need some needles in certain sizes. So yeah, I definitely recommend these. And as I said, that is my progress. I'm currently up to row 189. Yeah, I still haven't got a better row counter. I'm working with this at the moment. One of you lovely ladies in the comments recommended a row counter app, which genius, I hadn't thought of that. But then I thought some of the time I am actually on my phone either recording or doing things like that, especially if I'm recording things for my weekly crafting vlog. I've not necessarily got my phone to hand to use as a row counter, but great idea otherwise. I'm a bit old-fashioned in that way, where I like to have physical things like this. That will be going back in my project bag. So yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen, this is what the Sophie shawl looks like. So I'm going to be creating the large version because, yeah, I just want the large version and I've got enough balls of wool to use for that project. But yeah, this is a paid for pattern, this one. And then my next work in progress, which is something I actually cast on the day of the afternoon tea, because I just wanted something quite mindless to work on that used some really nice yarns that I wanted to use up really and to incorporate with each other. So I am making a triangle scarf. So basically this goes sort of up and round. So yeah, it's getting there actually. Yeah, these tails just need to be a little bit longer, maybe like down to here. I'd say I'd be happy with that sort of length really. This is the Spring Fling triangle scarf, and this is by the Unravelled Mitten. It's a free pattern on her blog. As I said, I just wanted something quite simple and mindless to work on, so I chose this pattern. Really sorry about the lighting. It's such a dull, miserable day today. And if I turn the lights on in here, it just, yeah, it's not very good lighting if I put the lights on in here. So I rely on natural light to do a lot of my filming. So yeah, today is just not the day. I was going to film yesterday, but again, it was exactly the same. And I was like, no, I'll wait till tomorrow. The lighting started off okay. I just got to make do with what I've got. So apologies. That's why the lighting is pretty poor. But yeah, anyway, this is using 3 different types of yarn. The colour here is by Malabrigo Rios, and this is in the colour Libra. And then this colour here is a hand-dyed yarn by Craft House Magic. This is in the colourway Where the Wild Roses Grow. I think that's gorgeous with these 2 colours, especially this one here, which I'll get to. And that is also Malabrigo Rios, and that is in the colour English Rose. And yeah, I just think they all look really nice together. Really nice. And it is Valentine's Day on Friday, so I hope to get it finished by then. I'm currently filming this podcast on a Tuesday, which is the 11th of February. So I've got a few more days left to get this finished in time. Not that I'm going out for Valentine's Day, but it's just nice to wear something that's a little bit themed, I guess. So yeah, I absolutely love the colours, and I reckon I'll be able to get that done in time because I've got stitch night tonight. So yeah, this works up so quickly. I can't see why I can't get it done in time. And I forgot to say, the Malabrigo Rios is in a worsted weight yarn, which is sort of Aran weight equivalent. And then the hand-dyed yarn by Craft House Magic is on a DK weight. So they're all merino wool, so it just feels lovely and soft. And to give it a really nice drape, I am using a 6.5mm crochet hook, which is probably a little bit oversized for that weight of yarn. I wanted a drapier sort of fabric with this one because some of the triangle scarves or shawls that I have made have been just a little bit thick. I don't know whether that was the type of stitch that was used. This is basically a granny stitch shawl, which is very basic and very easy. So absolutely recommend this for any beginner, definitely doable. So that was my last work in progress to show you. Okay, apologies, I caved and I had to put the light on. It was getting ridiculously dark in here. There's no other day this week that I can record the podcast, and yeah, I do apologise. So next in my podcast is any new patterns. So no, I haven't created any new patterns. However, there are new patterns I've come across that I want to make. So I thought I'd share them with you in this segment instead. So new patterns that I want to make. I don't know when I'm going to make them, but they're on my list. So whenever I fancy making them and when I've got the yarn for that project, then, you know, I'll cast it on or, you know, put it on the hook. So this is the first one. Excuse the print out here, I don't know what happened. But yeah, anyway, this is the jumper that I was talking about earlier, that the lady was wearing at the afternoon tea who sat next to me. So yeah, I really want to make this one. That is on my list of patterns to make. This is by Nomad Stitches, and this is called the Candy Pullover, I believe. This is actually a cropped version. However, I would probably continue the pattern to make it just, you know, a regular jumper basically. I really like the detailing on there, really nice. So that is one of the first patterns that I want to make. And then when I was going through patterns for like a simple triangle shawl, I come across a few, so I printed those off. These might be something that I do if they're a little bit different to the one I'm already doing, which is the spring fling triangle scarf. So the first one is this one here. Again, it looks very similar. I don't know how people can get away with putting triangle scarf patterns out there when the ones that use the granny stitches, there's only one way to do it, surely. I don't know. This one is by the Premier Yarns design team, and that's called the Nectar Shawl. Be interesting to see if it is the same sort of construction. Yeah, I think it might be. Again, I don't know how they get away with putting out the same patterns but just calling it something different. And then the second one was, again, it creates the same style. This one is by Hooked by Robin, and what's that called? I can't remember, but she's got a YouTube channel. I think it's just a simple granny striped triangle scarf really, or shawl. I can't remember what she labelled it as, but yeah, it gives the same effect, you know, your triangle look. So those two were very similar. And then the next one that I printed out was this one here. This one here is called Such Simple Shawl. It's a bit of a mouthful. Oh, I can't remember who that's by. Just copied and pasted the pattern. But yeah, it just creates this sort of look. If I'm to be a better podcaster, I will put a picture here for you. This is a triangle scarf with different stitches than the granny triangle scarf basically. So yeah, that's another sort of fairly easy looking one. And then I printed off this version. So this basically looks like a crocheted version of the Sophie shawl. So yeah, I wanted to have a go at it. So I printed that off. This is called the Peony shawl. And yeah, it's a crochet one. Looks like it's by Red Heart. Okay, this is some of it. I think it kind of extends out as this side does as well. They've used a bit of a fade. I don't know if you can see that. It goes from light to dark. That might be a really nice one to use for like a yarn advent calendar fade. But yeah, that's just another pattern on my list. And then the last one I have printed out. Not the last one on my list because I haven't printed everything out. There's too many patterns and very little time. The next one is this one. It's called the Asymmetric Shawl, and I just really liked the way it looked. It's a crochet pattern. I can't remember who it's by, so apologies. I will try and link all these patterns down below, and they're all free patterns on blogs, so they are readily available as well. But yeah, I just really like the look of this one. I'll put a clearer picture up in the corner for you. I just like the asymmetric look and the fact that you can use different colours. And then the way that you wear the shawl, it stripes in a nice way. It's not straight down if it was like a triangle. Yeah, with the asymmetric look, you can have the stripes going in a slightly slanted way, I guess you could call it. But yeah, I just like the look of it, and again, that's on my list of things to crochet. I have got quite a few patterns on my list to do, which I haven't printed out, that require 4-ply yarn. I will show you in a moment, but I have got a couple of skeins of 4-ply yarn that I could potentially use in those projects. And yeah, should we get into it? I'll show you my purchases and plans with those purchases. These next items that I show you weren't purchases, but they were gifts. That's sort of craft related. So as I'd shown you earlier, my stepmom made me a project bag, but she didn't just make me this one, she made me 3. So I'll show you the others. So this one here is lovely. It's got bumblebees on it. Yeah, very up my street. And this project bag is holding my spring fling triangle scarf. So yeah, 2 are already in use. And then the next one I have is this project bag. So yeah, I love this one because It's got some cats on it, and yeah, anyone who knows me and my sister, we're very much cat people. Although I'm kind of a dog person now as well. I like dogs and cats, so but yeah, I really like that one. Not being used at the moment, but I haven't got a project that could go in there. So, but yeah, when the right project comes along, that'll be used, I'm sure. So next is yarn purchases. So as I said, I went to the afternoon tea hosted by Blue Fen Yarns, and as part of that, there's an option to purchase a goodie bag. Just like last time, I did purchase another goodie bag. Every time for the afternoon tea, Shannon actually dyes up a unique skein of hand-dyed yarn. So I'll show you that. I did show that in the afternoon tea vlog. But if you haven't seen that and only watch my podcast episodes, I will show you now. So I won't go through all the other little bits in the afternoon tea goodie bag. I will just show you the skein of yarn because not everyone would be interested in that. So this is the skein of yarn. It's actually coming out quite washed out, I think. Or is it true to colour? I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell sometimes on camera. But yeah, this is the skein of yarn that was dyed up for the afternoon tea event. And this is called High Tea, and it's on their classic sock base, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So yeah, this yarn is perfect for making socks with, or there are a few shawls that I have in mind in my list of patterns, not necessarily printed, but I have them written down. And yeah, I have one of the shawl patterns requires just one skein of 4-ply yarn, so it's a contender. Who knows, it might become something else. But yeah, for now it's in my stash, and when I know what I want to do with it, I will pull it out. But yeah, I really like that one. It has got sort of pops of purple in there with some lovely purple speckling, and it's got some pops of green in there as well amongst cream. And you've got some very sort of subtle sort of mint green down there as well. But yeah, love that. And then in my crochet bag is my purchases from Ducky Darling's Yarn. As I said in the end of my afternoon tea vlog, she isn't actually going to be at the East Anglian Yarn Festival, which I was very surprised about, because she's been for the last 3 years that the East Anglian Yarn Festival's been running, but she's not. She did apply, she just couldn't get in, which is a real shame. So I will show you the skeins of yarn I purchased from Hayley. Okay, so I'll show you this one first. So this one here is called Illusion. Now, they had another colourway called Naked Illusion. It was basically the same sort of colours running through. The only difference was the base was like cream instead of like a grey. This one is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. This is a 4-ply version. As I said before, I don't own any 4-ply yarn, so this is one of the first ones I purchased. Obviously, I've also got the one from Shannon in the goodie bag as well. But yeah, you get 425 meters per 100 grams. So you get more meterage for your money, really, getting 4-ply. Absolutely love this one. You've got, yeah, pops of, there's blues, pinks, greens, purples. I love it. It's really nice. It's not showing up so well on camera, just because of the lighting that I have today, which is a shame. But yeah, absolutely love that. And this will also maybe be a contender for that shawl. That's why I chose this, and because I just absolutely love the colours in there. I thought, yeah, it's just a little bit different with the base being like a grey, because I do wear some grey clothes, and I think that would look nice with like maybe a black top. So that was that one. And then I purchased another 4-ply skein of yarn, and that was this one. So you might be thinking, looks a little bit similar to the other one, but just the base is a little bit lighter, but it's not. It is different. This one is in the colourway Hibiscus Bloom. So again, on the same base of 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And yeah, it's got some lovely like big flashes of blue in there. You got pinky purples. Love it. And then you've got the odd green bit. Yeah, the odd sort of like khaki green in there as well. But yeah, as I always say, absolutely love this colour. I wouldn't buy it otherwise. So they were my only 4-ply yarns that I bought. I bought 2 skeins, and then I purchased, so obviously I have a love for DK, so I had to buy some DK yarn, and I purchased this. So this one is in the colourway Naked Illusion. So obviously on 4-ply and DK, they do look different. But if I show you here, you can see that the flashes of colour in there are the same. It's just the base is different. So this one here is like a grey, and this one here is like a natural cream sort of base. But yeah, one is called Illusion and this one is Naked Illusion. But yeah, anyway, this one is on the DK base. So that is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And yeah, it's 212 meters per 100 grams. As I said, this is called Naked Illusion. And you've got the same pops of colour going through there. So you've got blues, pinks, and yeah, some greeny colours as well. Love that. And then my next one, I think it might be my favourite of all, because I was looking through and then I went up for a second time to look through, and I found this hiding away behind like a couple of other skeins of a different colour. So yeah, this was a little bit of a find, if I'm honest, because look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I absolutely love that. It's so highly variegated. I would never be able to buy like a sweater's quantity in this sort of yarn, just because you don't know how it's gonna knit up or crochet up. They're also very different, because you can hold up 2 skeins of, you know, the same colourway and they do look completely different. Whether that's the way the hank is wound up, I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, this this colourway is called Abracadabra, and yeah, this is DK weight and it's a slightly different base. This one is 50% merino and 50% silk, so no wonder it's so soft, like really soft. But yeah, I absolutely love that. It's literally got all of my colours just like splodged in there. Do you know what I mean? Love it. I really love it. Blues, purples, pinks, just different types of blues, you know, like you got your rich darker blues, aquas, yeah, teals. Gorgeous. I think this would be great for like just a project on its own. I actually don't know what, but yeah, I couldn't pass up on this one. And then the next one, yes, I do have more. I had a bit of a splurge, if I'm honest, only because when she said she went at the East Anglian Yarn Festival, you know, I felt I had to take the opportunity while she was there. This one here is called Blue Willow. And yeah, it's a really nice sort of denim blue, slightly semi-solid. No, well, yeah, maybe a semi-solid, I'd say. But yeah, this is in, yeah, again, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And yeah, absolutely love that. I actually purchased this to go with another skein of yarn that I bought, which I'll show you now. And it's this one. Okay. So what was I saying earlier about how 2 skeins of yarn can look completely different? This name is also Blue Willow. I didn't even realise. Yeah, this is actually completely different, because I'm getting sort of light blues. There's like pinky colours in there as well. But I purchased this to go with this one. And it's completely different. I mean, yeah, the top one here is definitely lighter. They're both the same colourway. Okay. Yeah, no, exactly the same. Well, I don't care. I purchased them to go together in the same project anyway, because I thought, oh, this is like a dark version, and this is like a nice lighter blue to go with it. I had no idea they was the same colour name. But yeah, anyway, I thought they looked lovely together. Trying to hold them all up together so you can see them. So yeah, more wool to find space for. Yeah, I don't know why I'm surprised that I bought this much. As I said, I wanted to get a couple of skeins of 4-ply, and then I just saw these DK yarns and needed to buy them, so I did. So I had a thought. Buying yarn and using it are actually completely different hobbies. Aren't they? I'll pop these in my stash and they will be ready to use when I find the right project for them, because I don't want to use them on just anything. It has to be, you know, a special project to use them. So yeah, I'll pop that in my stash. So they were all my purchases and plans. Next is any upcoming craft events. So obviously I've just had the afternoon tea with Bluefern Yarns. So obviously every week we are holding a craft group, and that's every Tuesday from 7:30, and that's at the Bull Pub in Helsden, Norwich. For anyone who's local, please feel free to contact me if you want to come along, just so we know the numbers and that sort of thing. You can contact me on Instagram under SR Designs Crochet. So yeah, feel free to pop me over a message just to see if you want to come along. Any craft welcome. You know, previous weeks we've had quilting and sewing, knitting, crochet, yeah, all of the fibre crafts really. And then I suppose the next event will be the East Anglian Yarn Festival. So that is just over 4 weeks away now. I do have tickets for the Big Stitch Night, which is on the Friday before that weekend. And I have tickets for both the Saturday and Sunday. Now, you might be thinking, why have you got tickets for both days? Well, because last year I went there just as a consumer, I felt one day was not enough time to fully go around and appreciate, you know, looking at all the hand-dyed yarn and everything else that was on to offer. So because this year I'm going not only as a consumer, but as like a content creator, I guess, I kind of need a little bit longer. If I'm going there as a customer, which I am, I do want to have a look and buy things, but I also want to be able to film and create content for you guys to watch. I know that last year I loved watching yarn festival vlogs, whether they was from different people of the same yarn festival, I'd watch them. So yeah, I guess I'm just creating content that I like to watch really, and that I know that other people like watching. But anyway, the East Anglian Yarn Festival is the next craft event that I am attending. So yeah, obviously if that's your sort of thing, don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when I do post that video nearer the time. As I said at the beginning of the video, I have now got to 500 subscribers, and on a previous video, I can't remember which one, I said that I was going to do a giveaway for that. So I am, and it will be yarn related. To be in with a chance of winning for the giveaway, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Please comment down below. It must start with a yarn ball emoji and a heart, and then follow that up with what are you creating? What is on your hooks or needles? Doesn't matter, crochet or knitting. What projects are you working on? I'd love to know. And also, what is your favourite colour of yarn to work with? And also, pop over to Instagram to send me a message on SR Designs Crochet, just so I've got a bit of a log over there and so none of you go missing. I will be choosing a winner before the next podcast, so that will be in 2 weeks time. So obviously you must be subscribed so that when I do announce the winner, you know. But you've obviously got to watch the videos to find out, because I will only be mentioning it on the video. So if no one then contacts me afterwards, I will have to, you know, redraw and pick another winner. Yeah, I thought that would be a nice way to give back to you guys as followers with a little yarn giveaway. I haven't shown what I'm going to give away, but yeah, it is yarn related. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much. And as I said, don't forget to like and subscribe and enter for that giveaway. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.